Hello, good morning. I am Paulina and this is a Pilates morning stretch which is safe for anybody with osteoporosis. Let's find a position at the back of the mat, feet hip distance, lengthen up through the spine. Inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling, reaching up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Just waking up our shoulders here. Inhale, arms float up, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, arms down. Once more, arms reach up, easing tension in the upper body. Exhale, arms come down. Now take the arms behind you. Hold on to your right elbow with your left hand. Draw the shoulder blades in together towards each other. Lengthen up for a moment. Inhale. As you exhale, take your left ear to left shoulder to stretch the side of your neck, creating more space on the right side of your neck and your upper trapezius, releasing any tension in the neck muscles here. And coming back to center, releasing the arms. Holding on to your left elbow with your right hand. Good, and taking a deep breath in here as you exhale. So lowering your right ear to right shoulder, and finding space, the tension-free position in your neck now. Deep breathing. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Release the arms. Take your right arm towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen up through the arm, and exhale, come into a deep side stretch here. We create more space in your side body by releasing tension in your QL, lats, serratus and obliques. Good. Bring the arm down. Let's do the same on the other side. Other arm up. Inhale. Exhale into side stretch. Root down through your feet. Lengthen up through the arm. Deep breaths. Inhale and take the arm down. Now stand at the back of the mat, hands on hips. Bend your knees, send the tailbone down and bring the upper body forward, straight back. Inhale and straighten. Exhale and bend the knees. We're doing this to make sure that the spine stays in a straight position, which is safe for osteoporosis. Sending the tailbone back and down, keeping the spine nice and long here a few times. Now straighten the legs. Take a breath in, bring the arms up. Bend the elbows into cactus shape. As you inhale, take the elbows back behind you, squeezing shoulder blades together, knees bend. Exhale, elbows in front, keep your back straight. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, open, lift the heart, gaze slightly upwards. And then bring the arms in front of you, and do that a few times here, keeping the bend in the knees, tailbone lengthens down. So this creates thoracic spine extension, and it helps us to mobilize our upper body and shoulders. Now take the arms up and then all the way down. Take your hands on the hips, bend your knees, hinge forward from the hips like we've done before, but this time take the hands down on the ground and walk out the hands, coming into your downward facing dog. Press the hands into the floor. Take the heels down towards the ground. They don't have to touch the floor. And then here pedal the legs out a few times. Keep your tailbone lengthening up and back and keeping your spine in a nice long line here. Bend one knee and straighten through the opposite heel. Keep breathing in and out. Now take the knees down onto the ground. And if your wrists are hurting, you can modify by placing a rolled up towel under the heels of your hands, like so. Take a look at the screen. And from here, inhale, open the chest forward, lengthen the tailbone up. Exhale, engage your abdominals and come back just to neutral spine, no flexion. Inhale, chest and tailbone open up. Exhale, abdominals draw up. And just a neutral spine here, doing that a few times with that breathing rhythm. Only keeping spinal extension to keep it safe for our bone health here. Good, a few more times. Now take your knees wider than your shoulders and sit back into a modified child's pose. Take your head onto a stacked up fists so that here your back will stay in a straight line, and rest here for a few breaths. Breathing in, opening the back of your rib cage. Exhale, softening the front of the chest. Keep your tailbone just gently lengthening down. Now gently rise up. Come up to all fours, move your knees back, move your hands forward, and then lower down all the way to the ground to lie on your front. And prepare for our extension exercises by taking the hands, fingertips on each side of the mat in line with your head, taking a deep breath in, shoulders glide down the back as you peel the chest up, and then exhale, release down. Keep the tailbone lengthened, kneecaps lift off the ground as you rise up, chin into chest, and then release down. Keep those cupcakes pressing down into the ground, back engaged. You're coming up on the inhale. Keep your legs strong, keep your core turned on, lowering down a few times on your own breath here. Keep your chin drawing in towards the chest to lengthen the back of the neck. Let's change position of our arms, elbows now line up with the shoulders, lower arms flat on the ground. Inhale, straighten the arms, press into the hands, come up into higher cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to rise up, kneecaps lift off the ground, active legs, tailbone lengthens down, and slowly bring yourself down. Keep that chin lengthening down towards the chest. So here we're strengthening our posture by strengthening the muscles of the low back, glutes, and abdominals. We're bringing the spine into extension. Inhale, rising up, using the back muscles here to lift. Exhale to lower down. Then from here, take the hands on each side of the shoulder, press up, come back to all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Keep the spine long, and then just circle out through your hips. And feel the whole body response. So making sure you're not flexing through your spine, keeping it in neutral position. As you take your whole frame into circles and then reverse those in the other direction. Keep breathing. Wonderful. Good. Come back to all fours. Straighten your right leg behind you, left leg behind you, coming onto the balls of your feet, and then stay in this plank position now. Breathe in and now deeply draw the navel up towards the spine, lengthen tailbone down. If it's difficult, you can drop down on your elbows to take the pressure off the wrists. Otherwise, stay on the long arms. We're here just for a few more breaths. Keep lengthening the tailbone down, really push the arms away from the ground. And now gently bring the knees down onto the floor, knees wider than the hips. Sit back into child's pose one more time, head on the stacked up fists. Deep breath in and out, releasing any tension from your low back. Now gently rise up, knees together, feet together. Lean back now on your fingertips, keeping the spine long. And bring your knees up off the ground, stretching the front part of your feet. Breathe deeply. It can be a little bit uncomfortable, and then slowly lower the knees down. Lean forward, tuck your toes under, and now see if you can bring your seat down towards your heels. Hands on the hips. Release the weight of the buttocks down onto the feet. Smile. Breathe. You can always lean forward if it's too much, and just alleviate a bit of pressure onto the heels sitting up like this. Deep breaths. All right, let's come down onto the ground now. And we'll do some hip openers here called windscreen wipers. So sit up with the hands behind you and take your feet on to the edge of the mat, and then gently bring the knees from one side to the other side. Keeping your spine long, And here just releasing any tension in your hips. Gently mobilizing the hip joints. And keep your shoulders and your torso pointing forward, and then just take the knees from side to side here a few times. Now let's find your way onto the ground, lying on your back with feet hip distance and arms by your sides. Prepare for Pilates bridges. Inhale, bring the hips up, engaging your core and your glutes. Exhale, bring the hips down. Inhale, think of lifting the tailbone up, keeping the spine long. Exhale, release the hips down. So we're bringing the hips together as one unit and bringing them down as one unit. We're using the strength in our legs, in our buttocks and abdominals to bring up and to release down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, down. Keep your shoulders relaxed and just work the muscles of the core. Lower the hips down. Bring the hips up. Concentrating on using the abdominals. Keeping the spine nice and long. Now take the hips back onto the ground. Inhale. Take the left knee up to tabletop. Right knee up to tabletop. Tummy engaged. Navel draws in towards the spine. Bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Hold this position now, drawing the navel in. Now from here, open opposite arm and leg out. The leg lowers down to 45 degrees, arm opens overhead. Time it with your out breath. Inhale, arm and leg come back. Exhale, arm and leg open out away from a strong core and strong torso. You can modify by just straightening the leg up towards the ceiling. If you want to work a little bit harder, then lower the leg much lower to the ground, 45 degrees or lower. The main task here is to keep the low back completely imprinted onto the floor and keep your navel engaged down towards the spine. Now finally draw the knees in towards the chest and give yourself a hug. Maybe rock from side to side if your low back needs it. Breathing here and giving your feet a few rollouts here, a few circles, one way and then the other way, while you're keeping your back nice and relaxed. Good. We'll do a hip stretch now. Right ankle over the left thigh. Flex the right foot. Hold on to the back of the left thigh and then bring all of the legs in towards the chest. Here we're getting a lovely stretch and opening in the right outer hip. Keeping our shoulders relaxed and back of the neck long. Keep breathing deeply into any stretch that you feel here. To stretch the back of the leg at the same time, straighten your left leg up, keep it long, and now point and flex your foot a few times. And keep breathing here and finish with flexing the foot, lengthening up through your heel. Hold and then slowly release. Let's switch to the other side. Left ankle over your right thigh, hold on to the right leg. And then here we're stretching that left outer hip whilst keeping the shoulders relaxed. And again, for additional hamstring stretch, you can bring that right leg up to straight position, point and flex your foot a few times. Keep the back of the leg long to engage the hamstrings and then flex the foot, lengthen up through your heel and then slowly release down. Bring your knees into chest one more time, maybe rock side to side. And then here release the feet down onto the ground. Lengthen. And then slowly roll up to a seated position. And here we are. We're all done for this morning.